Hello, this is Calotron Plays and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today guys, I'll be showing you how to make some 3 block wide and 4 block wide changing floors in Minecraft. So if you like the sound of that, please make sure to drop a like on the video, and if you really do enjoy it then please make sure to subscribe. But anyway, let's get straight into this. So originally, just so you know, these designs are both by ilmango. You can check out his original video down in the description below. But today guys, I'll be showing you how you can make these infinitely expandable 3 and 4 block floor changes. So this right here, this is the module and the control circuit. So for each of these designs, there is a module that you can tile up as many times as you'd like, and then there is a control circuit. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make both of the modules and both of the circuits for controlling your 3 or 4 block wide piston moving floors. So let's get into it. So we're going to start off with the modules, and the first module we're going to do is the 3 wide design. So we're using observers and repeaters, and this means it's fully tileable. But what you're going to want to start off by doing is placing an observer facing in this direction with another observer facing into that one. Then you're going to want to place a block on top, followed by a row of 3 regular pistons, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to place out some blocks like this, and make sure that we can fit in a couple of repeaters in these spaces here. Now what you're going to do for this is a repeater on 1 tick, and then a repeater on 2 ticks, and then what you're going to do is in the center here, we're going to leave a block gap here, and then have 3 observers facing in this direction. Then we're going to have 3 observers facing into them, and then we're going to grab ourselves some sticky pistons. Now the next part of the design is to mirror this part onto the other side. So we're going to go out onto the 5th block, the 6th block in the gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on this block we're going to place the observer facing out like that, facing up, our block, our 3 pistons, followed by our space for our repeaters. So just like that. And again, the first one's a 1 tick, the second one's a 2 tick, and here you have your basic module. So here you can place in some blocks, and you can also place in some here. Although what I'd recommend for when you start building this, you're probably going to want to put these pistons like this and place your blocks already in the floor. So on here, where these lapis blocks is, that is the floor level right there. So yeah, basically you're going to want to have these pistons in their already extended form for the 3 block design. Now if we're building this in PS4 or any version where the observer updates or gives a signal the moment it's placed, I'd recommend putting in the pistons after you've done the control circuit, because it does fire them off a few times and may get the circuit a little confused. So that is the fully tileable design for the 3 block module. Let's move on to the 4 block module, and we'll do their control circuits shortly afterwards. So for the 4 block circuit, again we're going to want to place an observer facing out like this, with an observer facing into that, a block on top, and this time 1, 2, 3, 4 pistons. Now we're going to make a space for 3 repeaters. So here's 1 gap, here's 2, and here's 3. And in each of these, the first one's going to be a 1 tick repeater, the second is going to be on 2 ticks, and the third is also going to be on 2 ticks. Then like before, we leave a gap here, and we do 1, 2, 3, 4 observers this time, 4 observers facing down to them, and 4 sticky pistons. Just like that. Then we're going to mirror this on the other side, making sure we put our observer on the 8th block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then place our observer facing out, observer facing up, our block, our 1, 2, 3, 4 pistons, followed by our space for our repeaters. So there's 2, and there is our third space, and as you can see there's a gap there. Now we do the same, 1 tick repeater, 2 tick repeater, and 2 tick repeater. So that is the modules done, and as I said before, probably going to want to set it up as if it's already open on one side, just because it's a lot easier if your game updates whenever an observer is placed. So there we go, that's what it's going to look like, your module, and you can build that over and over in a row, basically infinitely. Now the next thing we're going to want to do is the control modules for each of these designs. So for the 3-block one, we're going to start off by placing a piston here, a row of blocks here, and another piston right there. Then we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks in a row with the 4th block up. Then we're going to take out our redstone dust, have 1 dot there, 1 dot there, and 1 dot there, and then a repeater on 4 ticks here, and a repeater on 4 ticks here. Now, in front of these observers, what we're going to want to do is have an observer facing upwards, and we're going to do that on each side, just like this, and then you can go ahead and fill in the floor on both sides, and then we're going to have a sticky piston with a block on its face by both of these, and then on top of them we're going to have on this side a repeater set to 2 ticks. So on the right side a repeater set to 2 ticks, and on the left side a repeater set to 3 ticks. Now the next step is going to be to connect these up to an input. So we're going to get some temporary blocks here and place an observer facing upwards and put a redstone dot on there. Next we're going to place a block up like this and have a redstone torch on its face, and then we're going to place a lever on top of this block. Now what we can do is we can hook up these pistons, we can hook up this piston to this redstone up here on the observer like this, and have a line of redstone running up to it, and then we're going to have the other piston hooked up to the redstone torch line. So just like this, and there we go. And as you can see, that will now be hooked up to this line, and then if we flick our lever, we should see. Okay. This is why I recommend that you put the pistons and blocks in last, is because as you're building it, it will mess things up a bit. So anyway, if we flick our lever, we should see the 3 blocks are swapped out, and that happens continuously. So that's the simple control circuit for the 3-block one, and as you can see, the 4-block one is fairly similar in concept. It has just a few changes up with the timing. So we're going to come over here, and for this 4-block control module, first of all we're just going to wipe out all the pistons and all the blocks so they don't get confused. Now we're going to fix those up later. Anyway, we're going to place a piston right here, then a line of 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks there, and another piston like that. Then we're going to have a row of 7 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're going to place the 3rd and 5th blocks up like that. Then we're going to have a redstone dot here, a redstone repeater set to 4 ticks, another repeater set to 4 ticks, and a repeater set to 2 ticks, and a line of redstone right there. Then again, in front of these observers, we're going to have observers facing upwards, and we can fill in the floor there. And like before, we're going to have the same timings on them. So this one's going to have a sticky piston with a block on its face, and the left side is 3 ticks with the repeater. If we go onto this right side, we can place the observer facing upwards with a repeater on top of it, and this repeater will be on 2 ticks because it's on the right side. Next, we're going to place our sticky piston like this with our block on its face, and finally we're going to have the input again, another observer, so we're going to place a temporary block So we can place our observer up like that. Then we're going to place our redstone dot here. And then we're going to place our block up with a redstone torch on its face like that. Next, we're going to connect up the pistons again with redstone lines, and the one on the left is connected via the observer like this, and you have a redstone line running out like that. And the one on the right is connected up via the torch. So we're going to place this line of blocks here, and yeah, this is going to run right into the torch, and then we can place redstone all along here. Now what we're going to do is place 1, 2, 3, 4 pistons here. We're basically placing back in the pistons that we removed earlier because of the bugginess that they caused. So here are our blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here are our other blocks which have already been put into the floor space. And I'm just going to place this light grey glass here just to show you where the floor level is. So there we go. This is now the second module, the second control module complete. We can now hit the lever, and as you can see, all the blocks will shift, and there we go. So that is it, guys. It's a bit complicated, it is a bit hard to get your head around, but after you look at it a bit more, you will be able to see how it works. So guys, this has been how to make a 3 and 4 block changing floor. As I said, this design is fully tileable, and if you want more information, check out ilmango's video. I'll leave it linked in the description. But thanks for watching, everyone. This has been Calotron Plays. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.